Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Vivs here. Today, it's time to continue what we left in the last video. I was building the layout, which I'm going to continue in this video. I'm going to show you how to use the onCreateView holder and the onBindView holder, what you're supposed to do inside them, how to construct the RecyclerView.view holder object, and so on in this video. In the meantime, if you haven't seen the previous one, be sure to go back and check it out. Let's go to the design tab, and all we want to do is add an image view and a text view right there. So for the image view, I'm going to have it wrap content. For the display purposes, currently I'm going to give it some source, say our launcher itself. So I can go here and can say drawable IC launcher, and next to the image view, I want to make sure first of all it's horizontal in orientation. So I'm going to go here and make it horizontal, and now I want to go down and have our text view for the width of wrap content both the places. Give the image view an ID saying list icon, something like that. And for the text view, I'll give it an ID saying list message or something like that. So for the text again, I'll put some dummy text inside, call it dummy text here. If you go back to the design part, you will notice that things are taking place. Let's maximize this and give you a better view. So there's our dummy text and there's our icon. Of course, it's too big at this point. We need to make sure that things are arranged in particular manner. Let me do that by adding some padding and extra stuff. So at this point, if you go to the design tab, I have changed the icon to something I have inside my drawable folder. Other than that, there's our dummy text. Both of them have a padding around them. So let's get back to our adapter here, which is Web's adapter. Here, we're going to try to build our view folder. The first thing that we need to do, as it says here in the documentation, the new view folder should be constructed that can represent items. You can either create it manually or inflate it from an XML layout file. In other words, the idea is to inflate this XML for each row and do it only once with the view folder strategy. So we can go here up and we can have a layout inflator that we need for doing this inflation work. For that, I'm going to add a constructor here for our layout inflator here. I can simply say layout inflator dot from context, and this needs to be stored inside a layout inflator variable which I need to create. So I can say layout inflator is that. Just press Alt Enter and it says create the field inflator. Take a look at that. It's completely done automatically for us over here. Of course, I don't need to have this final, but let it be. So here I can go inside our on create view holder now, and I know that every time a new row is to be displayed, the on create view holder is going to be called like this, suggest row there. And I'm going to simply go here to the inflator, and I'm going to say inflator.inflate r.layout.custom row, and the parent and pass a false attribute here. Now at this point, if you're wondering what are these three arguments and why are we writing it this way, be sure to check my video called the layout inflator on my channel. It's right there in SlideNerd, youtube.com/user/SlideNerd/videos. Now this needs to be stored inside a view over here. So at this point, let me tell you what this view object actually stands for. This view object actually represents the root of our custom row, which is basically this linear layout that you see over here. And now the idea is that we are going to pass this root to our view folder class. If you go back to our adapter, we are going to construct a view folder here by simply saying my view folder equals to new my view folder, and inside that we're going to pass this view. Now notice how things work. First we inflate the thing and we get our root for the custom row. We pass that root here inside the view folder, and here we are going to find our text view and our image view from this custom row.xml. So we can go here, we can have our fields over here, which is basically text view and image view in our case. So all you got to do now is go inside a constructor here, and we're going to say title equals to view dot item view dot find view by ID, and you can specify the ID from your custom underscore row.xml, that is list icon and a list text that we have here. So r.id.list text is what we need for the text view. All we got to do is perform the typecasting the same way. Let me initialize the image view as well. So now when you read the documentation, it says you can create a view layer and inflate from XML. We have done this. The new view holder will be used to display the items of the adapter using the onBindView folder method. Now this simply means that inside the onBindView folder method, we are going to set the data that should correspond to the current row that should be displayed in the recycler view. Since it will be reused to display different items in the data set, it is a good idea to cache references to subviews to avoid unnecessary find view by ID calls. So take a look at the parent here. It says the view group into which the new view will be added after it is bound to the adapter position. The view type is the new type of the new view. Now the view type will come into use when we talk about sectioned recycler view in the upcoming videos. If you take a look at the return type, it says a new view folder that holds the view of a given view type. So go back to the Android Studio here and let's return that view holder from our on create view folder. So the whole idea was very simple. Just get the XML file, inflate it, give it to the view holder, which is basically a special way of avoiding find view by ID every time. In other words, you create it once, and Android system or recycler view will take care of ensuring that you don't have to keep creating it again and again. So here, let's take a look at how we use the on bind view holder now to put our data. But before we do that, we actually need our data, which is not there currently. So if you take a look at our list here, what we have is a title and an image for a particular position. If you go back to our Android Studio, you remember that there was a class called information, which basically had the same information, that is the icon and the title for a given position. But we want to display several such items out there, which means we need an array list of information objects. So we can go here to the Waves adapter and we can make a list here of information objects over here, and we'll call that data. Of course, we need to import the class here, and of course we'll initialize it by saying collections dot empty list that we need here. So that takes care that we don't have a null pointer exception anywhere in our code. Now inside our constructor, which is Waves adapter, I'm going to have one more argument that's going to take the data that we need. So at this point, I have the two arguments completed over here. This dot data is data. Now inside the on bind view holder, this is the place where we are going to fill the data items. Now let's take a look at the documentation of what that method says. So here, if you go above and take a look at on bind view holder, it gives you two arguments. One was the view holder that you created using the on create view holder. Take a look at the parameter. The view holder, which should be updated to represent the contents of the item at the given position in the dataset and the position of the item within the adapter's dataset. These are the two parameters that you guys are given currently. They're called by the recycler view to display the data at the specified position. This method should update the contents of the item view to reflect the item at the given position. So in other case, we gotta go down here and we gotta add the data that we want. In our case, we'll simply say holder dot. As you can see, you can access the title, that is the text view, and the icon, the image view, and set the data on it accordingly. So you can simply say holder dot title dot set text here, and we already have our list, if you guys remember, which is basically list information data. From this data, what we need is the current object. So we can simply say information current object is data dot get, and we can pass position over here inside the variable. So this is going to give us the current information object from the whole array list of data that we have. So from this information object, we need the current title and the icon ID for displaying. So we can simply go here, set text, and we can say current dot title. And for the image, we can simply say holder dot icon dot set image resource. And we can say current dot icon ID over here, and that's all. So in this video, I have showed you how to use the on create view holder and the on bind view holder. In the next video, it's time to make our adapter inside our fragment, and it's time to display the data inside the recycler view. So next video is the final part where the data gets displayed and you will see the list inside your navigation drawer. In the meantime, if you like what you saw, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to Slide Nerd, and let us know your thoughts in the comment boxes below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.